52 Network Marketing Tips is brought to you by Leaders Club. Get your own custom 90-day success plan, including one-on-one support from a personal success advisor, exclusively at leadersclub.com.
People tell me every day that they wish they could just send out an email to some list and have people join their business. Just about all who try this end up disappointed. While point-and-click success has always been more myth than fact, solid email marketing is still alive and strong. Still, email marketing has changed so much and so quickly that the strategies which worked just a few years ago are basically obsolete today. Why? As we talked about in other tips, today's prospect is exceptionally good at ignoring our marketing messages, especially email. In fact, to prove the point, you can't even use email today without some sort of spam filter. And it's not just about getting through the filters either. We're all very good at knowing what to ignore in our inbox. And this is where the real problem and the solution can be found. If you're sending emails to prospects, whether as a follow-up or as a marketing outreach, there's a 92% chance you're making one of these two big mistakes, and you're paying dearly for it. Mistake number one is forgetting the context of your message. You know, prospects are people, not names, not email addresses or phone numbers, and 99% of the online marketing that we track seems to forget this simple fact, forgetting that there's a single person reading your message, that, you know, how that person arrived at your list, and how they got there is the start to many errors, and that usually end up with the prospect turned off permanently. If you advertise, if you social network, if you get your leads from a lead company like Leaders Club, you can't assume that you know any more about your prospect than you already know. If, for example, the prospect requested information about a product, well, sending them an email about your opportunity would be out of context. Even more out of context would be sending them a message about some unrelated opportunity. And yet, this practice is pretty commonplace in network marketing. The first step to building trust and credibility with your prospect is to respect the context of your relationship. If you step outside of this, you might as well save yourself the effort because it's only going to make you look bad. Mistake number two is leaving out common sense. Many marketers mail out emails they were given by someone else without ever reading through them. So in many cases, we found so many factual and logical errors that the prospect's going to notice. It's going to turn them off, and it's going to brand you as an amateur, or even worse, a spammer. Prime example of this is something that we've observed where a marketer tells the prospect that they're not going to call them again. It's a move that's designed to create a sense of urgency in the prospect, though honestly, it's not your best move. What we found is that the marketers will indeed contact the prospect again after some short time, usually by email, but even by phone. Your prospect's going to pick up on your contradictions, and your credibility is going to end up shot. In the process, this posture strategy is going to backfire, and you end up looking desperate and needy, which brings up another point on common sense. When you stretch the truth on what it's going to take for you to make money in your business, you actually end up stirring anxiety in your prospect. Common sense tells us that making money for doing nothing isn't the way the world we see works. There's a difference between honest marketing that's effective and hype. Hype attracts only the most desperate and gullible. And those aren't the people that you want and that are going to build a long-term business with you. In fact, they're going to act more like a cancer, and they're going to tear your organization apart. There are plenty of people willing to take money from the gullible and sell them hope, even if it's unfounded or, at best, temporary. What we found is that realism not only builds real hope, it creates a real and lasting change on many levels.